Good morning, traders. How are you? Welcome. I'm the Shields here, and we are live scalping. It's New York Open, 9:32 a.m., Thursday, 1/30, 2025. I'll be doing live New York Open scalping for half an hour on Thursdays and Fridays from here on out. So looking forward to you joining. Um, so we already are into the open 9:32. So let's dig right into it. And if you have any questions, just plop them in the comments and I'll be happy to reply. And let's get right into the charts. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to get that going. Just a second. Okay, we need to do this one. Share. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. All right. All right, so here is New York Open, and this is the 4-hour time frame traders. Okay, I have a fib on here. It is an older fib. This is what was going on earlier, so we need to update this fib. So this is an outdated fib, but no worries. I just want to see the big picture and where we're at. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go down to the 1 hour and let's see our zones here as well. What I'll be doing next week, traders, is I'm going to go ahead and just talk to you real quick. Next week, traders, I'll be showing my live Top Step account where I'll show you actual live trading. Just getting the quirks out here now. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and show you, walk you through the play. But next week and the following weeks, I'll actually show you one of my live trading accounts that I just trade out of. Okay, so going back to the charts. Great. I want to be down on the 1 hour, which is where we're at. Now, notice here, traders, Bitcoin is at the bottom of the channel. And on our low to high fib, she needs to come down to this heartbeat zone here. So I use this to help guide me at the New York Open. I'm looking for specific zones. So hopefully you can see my chart pretty well. I'm just trying to zoom in here. So let's go ahead and put this on candles so we can see exactly what's going on. And you see here, we're up. She's just really consolidating. So if she goes down, we really want her to come down to here. If she does sell today, which, yep, looks like is selling. So if she does sell, traders will be looking for her to come into this zone. Okay, so let's see how much that is, because traders, did you know that the New York Open can most likely get you into your intraday play? So what that means is, however she moves in that direction, if the intraday play is say 2,000 points, well, she could run that right at New York Open. So the New York Open at times can put you into your intraday play. Okay, just a heads up there. All right, let's go back to the charts. All right, so if she does come down to this heart here, then that is 1,000 points for us. So 1,000 points is good. She usually sometimes does that right at a New York Open run. So she could do that whole play right now. All right, so we are at 9:36 in the open. Let's go ahead and do a couple of things. I usually have my charts up in 3 different views. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. Yep, thank you. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stop share real quick. Yeah, and then let me go ahead and just add in this information real quickly, if I can do it real quick. Okay, just a moment, traders. It's just a technical thing I have to get fixed here. Okay. right, just about 3 more seconds, traders. And let's go here. Oh, nice 5-minute bar. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, just a second. And I'll tell you when I'm ready. Okay. All right, so if we can go ahead and share my screen, I'm going to show you. We'll go back to the 1 minute. All right, so here, traders, here is 9:30. Okay, so here are zones looking here to the high. So she can go ahead and run up to there, right? So we have these purple are the buys and the white is the sell. So my Exodus cross, look at the Exodus cross here, traders. She told you to get in right here. And we have escalated up in the last 8 minutes. So you would ask yourself, well, good Lord, how much of a run is that? Let's find out. Oh, that's 306 points. 306 points from the entry that we're looking for that to happen. Or that she did, I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and let me just see something else here, traders. Okay. So if she does do this nice run, we anticipate for her to come up to this zone. Okay. We anticipate her to run up to here. So those that got in on my Exodus cross, if you're still holding, you have about 200 more points for her to go. Okay, we're having a nice pullback. She hit the support and resistance here to the left. Okay, so some traders may get out or some may hold for the continuation back up to this zone here. And ideally, if she has a nice strength, if she's going with the trend, we haven't had a chance to look at it because we just got on. Coming up into these levels would be the next zone. Okay. Now, if you remember on the 1 hour, here's that hard pullback. Okay, some may be exiting, some may be still holding. We'll see how she reacts in these levels here to see if she'll continue to sell on down. Okay, sell on down. Nice strong candles. Okay, it's 9:40 into the open. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute real quick and let's see what the momentum is. I know what you're going to tell me. Nice and nice. It's not available. Okay. Yep. Just a moment. Let me see here. See, we want to see what our trend is. We want to see how much momentum is available for us. Okay, so she is buying. The momentum is buying, and she's sitting on our 50. So, just thinking I ideally want to have all 3 charts showing at the same time. Okay, so back to the momentum is buying up. So if she does buy up, that is a good probability. Let's look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we want to check our momentum as well. The 1 hour is selling. So we're in opposite directions. So what that means, traders, let me talk to you for a minute. What that means is that the lower time frames are going one direction, but the higher time frames are going another direction. So I had it backwards. The lower time frames are buying and the higher time frames, the 1 hour, are selling. So there's conflict. So you're like, it's like one person run this way, one person the other way. And normally the higher time frames will really grab the momentum of the trade. But if you have an asset or you're only looking to grab 20 points or something, you at times can be like, you know what, it's okay if the higher time frames are going the other way. I'm in it. I know I can go ahead and get what I need. But at the same time, if it doesn't commit nicely, you could have some struggling, and that's because of the higher time frame. But a lot of my traders, we go into those type of topics in my coaching. So if you're interested in doing something like that, I highly suggest, take out the extra time that you're doing learning the hard way and putting a lot of hours in. I can go ahead and save you time, and that way you can hit your goals faster. But back to the charts. So very nice. So the higher time frames are selling, but our lower time frames are doing. Oh, well, now our 5 is doing well. So I think it was our 1 minute was selling. Let's see. Yeah, our 1 minute was selling. So that's okay. Let's go ahead and see how she respects this zone. Okay. I am looking for her. Let me look at the 15-minute time frame. Okay, the concern here for me, traders, is that she's in between very important zones here. So it can be a little tricky. Okay, there's our reaction from the shorter term reaction zones. Okay, so good. So here we go. So remember, we're looking for it to go up to here. There is resistance right here. There is resistance right there. So those of you that are holding, we'll see if she can go ahead and break against this big bar. Usually when you have a big bar like this, traders, you should see more. You should see more. But this is a nice zone. She may just consolidate, meaning going back and forth. It's 240 points. If we look at the lower time frame on the 15-second, we'll have a lot more information. Nice. Oh, thank you. We'll have a lot more information on what is really going on and how fast we can grab that. So let's see here what's going on the 15-second. Yep, so we're really respecting that. Here's our 800 EMA right here. She needs to break and close above this zone. Then we can really feel a lot better with her returning back up to here. Let's see how many points that is. That is 129 points. So only a little bit more to go. Let's see if she can go ahead and break this zone. 945. 945. So we got 15 more minutes. Not sure if we have news, but wasn't able to check that. So that's very important, traders. You're going to want to go ahead and do that. All right, so we are having the commitment. She is pushing out nice. So traders, your lower entries, being able to get on that would have been right now. Your stop loss would be below these zones here. Then you need to also determine for yourself. Let me talk to you for a minute. You need to determine to yourself, okay, if I get in here and my stop loss is here, let me go ahead and talk to you for a minute, traders. Yeah. If you're going to go ahead and get in and at that point, then you need to identify where you're going to put your stop loss and then measure the distance to that stop loss. And if it's too much that your account can handle based on your lot size, then maybe you should wait for a more better probable entry. Okay. So going back to the charts, very nice. Let's see, go ahead. And here was your entry. If you got in here, you're really getting in at the end. I would not recommend that, because you can go ahead and start bad habits in your mind. Oh, well, if I get in here, I sometimes get it. You really want to start nice, pleasant, confident entries. And usually, here's a trick here, traders. Usually, those nice, confident entries go against what you normally, as a human being, want to do. Because those nice, confident entries are at where you're like, well, I don't know if it's going to do it or not. We'll keep going. And then you wait to find out. And that's actually when you're too late. So let me show you what I mean. So going back to the charts. So here you had this big bar right here. And you were like, oh, I don't know she'll keep doing that because the high's right here. So now you're waiting. Well, you got in, but now you're getting in late. And not all the time you'll get this move right here. So that's with you waiting, you actually end up hurting you. And it goes against your psychological stuff. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not going to cross the road because there's all these cars coming. I just want to make sure all the cars are finished coming. That's not like in trading. You have to be like, nope, you know what? I'm going. And if a car comes, then I need the road to like break up or something. I don't know. But it's not like that in trading. You're actually in more putting yourself at more risk when you wait. So back to the chart, she did explode through that zone. Look at that. She hit her level. Perfect. So she's going to go ahead and see if she pushes on up. Remember, our higher time frame traders, we were in the buying momentum. We were in the buying momentum. Nice strong bars. See, we're buying. So that is a good reflection of the market movement. Now back to our fib real quick. Back to our fib that we did. Remember when we looked at it, we just got started. We were saying how she's at the channel here. She breaks it. She should come down to this zone. Well, she's not doing that, is she? So we would actually be looking to see what she does here because she's retesting the support and resistance level. Sorry, traders. Let me just turn down my phone. I got my assistant George on. He is doing our moderating. So welcome, George. Everyone, welcome George to the family. And I have him, propping me when I need to be propped. So I just ended up hearing him. So I just wanted to turn down my phone. But anyway, here at the charts, we are testing this high. Look at this, traders. The past few hours, look at this candle, is trying to break it. So what should you do? Should you find out more information? First, let's see what this move looks like on the 1 minute. Okay. This is what this move looks like. Oops. On the 1 minute. So you can see that. Oh, look at that. Remember I said she should come up into this zone, and she is. So those that hold that, you're in nice profit. Now, traders, you have to decide right now. Right now, I'm serious. You would have to decide, am I in or am I out? Am I going to hold the pullback or am I done? For me, in my experience and my education, right now would be a time to consider, cutting, taking half, taking partials, because this will be a pullback up, maybe a little pullback, a continuation, but you really are at the top. Because remember, going back to the charts, on the 1 hour, see, you're right at this this level here that was very strong resistance. So I just see her pushing up a little bit, but then coming back in here to retest. So you have to decide as a scalper, it's 950, am I done there or am I going to continue to wait? So here you already, here you already have the pullback. Okay, she already sucked in. Okay, so we'll see if she pushes on through. Here, where's my Exodus cross? Here's my Exodus cross, traders. Did you know that I offer a class on how the Exodus cross works? You're going to want to go ahead and look into that, because looking at the chart, look at all this yum. Going back to the chart, look at all this yum you could have captured. All right, let's go back to the chart. Okay, right here. Here's my Exodus cross, and look at all of this. You would have been able to, I would teach you how to be able to take that trade and all that. That's 843 points. Okay, so that was a nice signal for you. And nope, she may push a little bit more. These little dojis here are actually, they can be re-entry points. They can be re-entry points, but again, you're at the top. So you really need to know, out of a sample size, 8 out of 10 times, 20 out of 20 times, how much does she really go at this point? So for my traders, based on their skill level, if this was someone new, I'd be like, okay, this is that big bar when it was just all green is really a good opportunity to go ahead and cut your losses. Then as you get a little bit more advanced, you can know if you want to take the continuation or not. Really just depends on your goals and what you know in the market. Okay. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the chat. Looks like we have Nerd Vias showing. Maybe we can see him. Looks like there's a comment that came in. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. Do you have any questions? Let's see the comment. Let's see his comment, George. Hello. I'm going to see if I can see you. Let's see if we can get you showing. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, good. He's replying back. Okay, well, welcome. I am scalping with you on Bitcoin. I don't know if you're familiar with that asset or not, but I hope you're enjoying what I'm showing you. Okay, back to the charts, please. Okay, so let's see the pullback. So we're having the pullback. Nice bar run, nice healthy bars. Okay, right here, when she did break through this zone, those that are breakout traders, you already know that usually you'll have a gust of energy exploding to the top. And that's also because stop loss orders were those that were taking the sell and put their stop loss above. They are getting executed, and because the stop loss orders are getting executed, it can therefore create add to the momentum of the market already. So that's another reason why you see a huge blast off too. Okay, so it's sort of like if you were um, hunting. When I grew up and I was a little girl, I lived across a big field, and me and my neighbor, my girlfriend, she had a horse, and we would ride her horse in these huge fields. It was beautiful up in Pennsylvania. And there was this one huge field right across from my house, and she didn't like to ride her horse too much in there because they had fox traps for foxes that would be in there, and so she didn't want her horse to obviously step in the fox traps. So it's sort of like you have a line of fox traps. I'm talking about the stop loss and the momentum and why you see a huge surge to the upside in that direction. It's sort of like the fox traps. They're all in line, and then they get activated. Something made them turn on, like maybe we don't want to say a horse because that never happened, but say some type of animal had stepped in it, and then they had a whole bunch of them right in that same area. Then all these fox traps are getting turned on, and the poor animal or whatever it was is getting hit by all these fox traps. That's what's going on in the market. So let's go back to the market, back to the charts. And that's what happens here, right here at this zone. Let's pretend these are all fox traps going off right around here. Especially on this candle here, that's another reason why you do have that huge momentum up, because you have stop losses being activated, and that can cause the momentum as well. Because if you have banks that are throwing a lot of money at that stop loss point too, then that's also going to make it surge up. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to the charts. And let's see if she does hit this level, the 261. And then let's also see where that is on the higher time frame. Oh my goodness, look at that bar. Okay, traders. So she definitely wants to go ahead and continue to move up. And still learning. Okay, well, no problem. I just want you to know I'm also going to be on every Thursday and Friday for half-hour live New York Open Scalp with Bitcoin. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays, I have a live Bitcoin analysis. So my specialty is Bitcoin. Been trading Bitcoin for about 4 or 5 years now, scalping it as well. So I do swing, intraday, and scalp. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays in the evening, I'll be doing a markup analysis on Bitcoin. Also have a background in NAS 100. So those are really my two assets. Okay, so back to the charts. Look at that big bar. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Now what I would do is I would want to see what does this all mean in the higher time frames? What does this all mean in the higher time frames? Well, in the bigger picture, let me just hide this one for a minute if I can find it really fast. Okay, I can't. Oh, I can. Let me just take care of something really quick. Okay, let me just throw this down here. Okay, I can't seem to find my folder. Oh, that's because I'm not on the right folder. My fault. I'm on my trading chart. Okay, so what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and hide this. So now looking at the bigger picture, this huge move that she just did, let's go ahead and look at it again real quick on the 1 minute. Okay, so she's pulling back, retesting that zone. So this big, huge move that she just did, let's see what that actually looks like. 1,000 points, that's about her average. Let's see what that New York open. Let's see what that actually means on the higher time frame. So all of that movement was done in this candle here. But the bigger picture, what does that mean for the bigger picture? Well, she's really just coming up to retest these levels. Okay, she's really just coming to retest here, retest here, retest here. So this is a strong area of support and resistance. So I'm sure you traders know a little bit about support and resistance. So she's retesting that zone. So, all right, well then that's good to know. Let's see if she has the momentum to move up. She does have the momentum to move up. She does have the momentum going up. Go ahead and keep it on the chart. We'll keep it on the chart, George. Okay. All right. So we're moving up nicely. And then if I do a fib on here, let's see. Actually, she's getting ready to do a 100% retracement. Do you see that? She's getting ready to retest this zone. So what that means is that she's just going back to her original location. So that's a high to low on the 4 hour. Okay. So she really has done this type of move. Let me show you. Up here, high to low, come all the way down. And then we usually look for her to come up into this zone here. This is the heartbeat zone. And then sell back down to this green line. That's normally the move that traders look to take if it's in the selling mode, if it's going to continue to sell. She didn't do that. She didn't halt here at the heartbeat zone and sell back down to this zone. She came right back up from where she fell. So that's called a 100% retracement. So she fell down and came right back up. So I used to work in corporate for Coldwell Banker, and I used to support the field, the property managers. I worked in the rental department, and they had 150 property managers, and I was responsible with the other team to support them, those that are out in the field, the property managers. So what I like to say for Bitcoin and how I, have my own like type of relationship with her is that I'm her eyes And she'll be like, oh, if we go back to the chart, George, if you can put me back there. The way I like to say it is, oh, she's like, you know what? I'm going to go down here and make some sales. I'm actually looking to go even deeper down into, Naples, come down into here, make some sales, and then I'll come back to the office and regroup. Well, what she did was, you know what? She's like, all right, I made it halfway there, Anna, but I realized that I forgot some really important material at the home office. So I'm coming back to the home office to get what I need and then figure out what my next plan is. Because I know the big boss isn't happy with our quarterly reports, let's say. So I need to find out if there's any changes in my sales plan. So that's another way I kind of like to humanize the charts, So she left the office. Let's stay back to the charts. Let's go ahead and go back to the charts. She left the office and then now came back and finding out what she needs to do. So that's considered a 100% retracement. Okay. All right, so that's good. So what would I anticipate for her to do for the rest of the day? I would wait here on the 4 hour. I would wait here on the 4 hour and see what she wants to do. So if you see here on the chart, it's easier when you have it on lines. You can really see better what type of support levels. We have support here, we have support here, and we have support here. So we have another hour on this chart. So I'd like to see what she does at this zone. I'd like to see what she does at this level. So let's go ahead and look at the 1 minute now because we are talking about scalping. I was just giving you the whole picture, okay? So now at our Exodus cross, she made the run. Remember here, we were waiting to see what she does. She broke the support. A whole bunch of there's foxhole traps had gone off at this zone here, perhaps. Flew up. She came up and retested, and then coming back down here into this zone to retest this level again. So I would definitely had anticipated this type of move. Her coming back to her average and finding out like, hey, I'm coming back to the office. Is there anything I missed? Because I'm getting ready to leave again. It's 10 o'clock. I got a meeting at 11. So is there something I missed? And I'd be like, yeah, girl, you missed your PowerPoint presentation. Like, here, I'm glad you came back. And she's like, oh, cool. I got it. And then she'll head back out. And you'll see that in the market, she's now returning back to the field and retesting this zone here because she came back to the office, got her PowerPoint presentation, and then is continuing on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, we are scalping Bitcoin. Not many people are scalping Bitcoin because it's so volatile. But if you get to learn how to use your technical analysis, spend time with your asset, really just spend hours and hours in the chart and be around other traders as time goes, with anything, you'll just get more proficient at it. But again, this is I think our second episode only on doing our live New York Open. So have some kinks to work out. Thank you for, spending, being with us and working with us through these kinks. Very excited to see what the next 6 months will be like. And share with a friend if you need to. And remember, I will be on next week, Thursday and Friday at 9 o'clock. And then also doing live YouTube live streams at in the evening on Mondays and Wednesdays. And there is my social media handles and all the information to get a hold of me. Thank you, George. You'll see that in the chat as well. So I'll let him be able to have that on there. Looks like we need to kind of fix some of that writing the way it shows, but we'll get it going. Let's see. So again, thank you very much. And this is Anna DeShields, and I'll see you in the charts. Goodbye.